Hey guys, what's up? So in today's video we're going to be doing a cook keto with me. So you guys probably already know I have mentioned that I do eat a ketogenic diet. I'm going to add a new series on my channel, which is Keto Cook With Me. So it's going to basically be like a weekly video if you guys like it. It's gonna be a weekly video of me cooking different keto recipes and showing you guys how I make certain things that I have tested and tried. So if you guys are wanting to do keto, then go ahead and keep on watching. Okay guys, so one of the first recipes that I'm going to be cooking for the Keto Cook With Me is going to be some mozzarella stuffed meatballs. My husband loves this recipe. It's one of our favorite keto recipes that we've tried, and we actually got this recipe from Keto Connect. I don't know if you guys have actually heard of Keto Connect, but Keto Connect is really good. They have some really awesome recipes and videos, and they have a cookbook and everything. So let's go ahead and make some keto meatballs that are stuffed with mozzarella cheese. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you guys the items that you're going to need for this recipe. So the first thing that you're gonna need, there's gonna be a cheese filling because they're like giant stuffed cheese filled mozzarella like meatballs. So for the cheese filling, you're going to need 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, and I just get the shredded from Kraft. Then you're going to need 2 slices of provolone cheese, and I get these ones from Kraft. Then you're going to need 1/4 cup of mozzarella cheese, and I just got this like store brand mozzarella cheese, it's fine. And then 1 tablespoon of butter, and I already put a tablespoon. I'm going to melt it, and you need the butter to be melted for this. And then it calls for red pepper flakes, but I'm not a fan of like red pepper flakes. I don't like spicy, so I always omit that, but you guys can put that in there if you want. It's 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, so if you like spicy. And then it calls for 1 teaspoon of oregano. So that is for the cheese filling. Then for the meatballs, you're going to need 1 pound of ground sirloin. Then you're going to need a 1/2 pound of spicy sausage, whatever you want, like either pork or chicken or turkey sausage. Then you're gonna need a 1/4 cup of onion, 1 egg. I like to use cage-free organic eggs, but you can use any kind of egg that you want. A 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese in the mixture. And then you're going to need 1 more teaspoon of oregano. So that is all the ingredients that you need. So let's go ahead and start cooking. Okay, so basically you're going to combine all the ingredients for the cheese filling, and you're gonna mix it in a bowl. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna get a small bowl for this. So we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of Parmesan. So we got our tablespoon, and we're going to do 2 tablespoons. You just kind of want to do roughly. You don't have to do like exact measurements. That's one good thing about cooking, is you don't have to be super exact. With baking, yeah, you do, but cooking, not so much. I kind of just do whatever I want, I mean, if we're being honest. So you have the 2 tablespoons of Parmesan. Then you need 2 slices of provolone cheese. Make sure you take the paper out. So what I do is I just take my provolone and I just fold it up into like little pieces, and then just kind of like rip it up. It does not have to be perfect. And then I just throw it in there. So then you just kind of do that. Then you're going to need a 1/4 cup of mozzarella. Then we're gonna take our butter and we're going to put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds and melt it. All right, so now we have our melted butter and we're gonna pour that into our little mixture. And then we need 1 teaspoon of oregano. Now what we're gonna do, now we're going to take our mixture and we're just gonna mix it up with our hands. And what I do is like I squish it. Okay, so now we have our cheese mixture done. You can portion 6 equal amounts onto like plastic wrap and then kind of like scrunch it up and then put it in the freezer for like 30 to 60 minutes. I don't do that. I've tried it both ways. I don't have 30 to 60 minutes to wait when I'm cooking dinner, so if you guys want to try it, you definitely can. It just helps to where the cheese doesn't like kind of explode out and like ooze out of the meatballs. But when I do it without putting it in there, it's not so bad. So I'm not gonna freeze it, but you guys definitely can if you want to. So now that we did our cheese mixture, we're gonna go ahead and do our meatball mixture. So we're going to go ahead and make our meatballs. First thing I'm gonna do is take my ground sausage and I'm going to put that into my big bowl. Make sure you get all the paper off too so you don't have paper in your meatballs. Then I'm going to take my ground beef. I just bought a big portion, but you definitely don't have to have a big portion. And I'm just going to take one of the sections and put it in there. And save this other section for a different recipe. We're going to take our egg. Take your egg, crack it, and put in your 1 egg. This helps to keep it like together. 1 teaspoon of oregano. 1/4 cup of Parmesan. Up next, you're going to need 1/4 cup of onion, finely chopped. Here I'm just using a white onion. You can pretty much use whatever onion you like, but I like to use white onion in my meatballs. Then I just basically take a measuring cup and measure roughly about 1/4 of a cup of onions, and then I just go ahead and add that into my meatball mix. Now that all the ingredients are added for the meatballs, I just take my hands and I like to mix it up and squish it, and I feel like using your hands actually makes it combine better, and I feel like you'll get a better meatball with mixing it with your hands. Once you've evenly mixed your meatball mixture, you want to make 6 hamburger patties out of the meatball mixture, and you want them to be fairly around the same size. Now you want to take your cheese ball mixture and squeeze it into a little ball, and then you want to place 1 cheese ball into each one of the hamburger patties and form a meatball shape around the cheese center using both of your hands. And you want to try to get the cheese centrally located within the meatball so that it doesn't leak out during cooking. Okay, so now you want to place the meatballs in a skillet on high heat and sear each of the 6 meatballs on each side for 2 minutes. I always add a little bit of olive oil to this skillet because it does tend to stick in here, but you don't necessarily need to because the meatballs will have enough oil to not stick. And while I'm waiting for my meatballs to cook up, I like to always have this with some zoodles, which are just basically zucchini noodles. Since it is keto, you can't have pasta, but I like to just use my zoodle maker, and I just took 3 of the zucchinis and made some zoodles to put over it. And it's like you're having pasta, but it's just some zucchini. Then I went ahead and lined a baking sheet with some tin foil so that my meatballs don't stick to the pan in the oven. And then you just want to take your meatballs and transfer them over to your actual tray. Now you just want to take your meatballs and place them in the oven, which you preheated to 350 degrees, and you want to put the timer on 20 minutes. And while the meatballs are in the oven cooking, I take my zoodles and I put them in the same skillet that I used to fry up the meatballs, and I cook up my zoodles. And once your 20 minutes is up, you want to go ahead and remove your giant stuffed 3 cheese meatballs from the oven and then allow them to rest for 5 minutes, and then you can cut them open and enjoy them. Okay guys, so the dinner is completely done. I finished cooking up the noodles, or the zoodles as we call them, and the meatballs, as you can see, are done as well. So let me show you what the finished product looked like. Here we go, let's look. This is the finished product. We have some zoodles and then 2.5 meatballs. And then here's my plate with some zoodles and 2.5 meatballs. And then what you can do, which I didn't include this in the making process, but all it is heavy cream, cream cheese, and some Parmesan cheese. And I just made kind of like a little cream sauce. So what I like to do is take a little bit of the cream sauce, and then I just put a little bit of it on the meatballs. Just gives it a little nice touch. You can also do like a marinara sauce as well, but I can't do tomato. I don't do well with like acids, so I don't do any marinara sauce. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys liked this cooking with me video. If you guys want some more keto cooking videos, then go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Go ahead and hit the notification bell so you guys get notified when I post videos. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also, go follow me on Instagram, where I post a lot of makeup and fashion. As always, remember, be your own kind of beautiful, and toodles for now. All right, let's go and take a bite. Look at all that ooey gooey, tasty looking cheese. That's good. Good as always. Hope you guys enjoy it.